Set up camp, got a fire started. It's so pretty out. It's not too cold yet, but the clouds are moving in. It's basically pouring everywhere else in California right now, except for right where we are. So I really struggled deciding how to put this video together. We had a super fun climbing trip, but didn't really climb that many routes, at least none that I felt like you guys would find interesting. To be honest, it was a challenge to find anything I wanted to climb on this trip. I'd been so looking forward to long, chill, multi-pitches and red rocks, but the rainstorms just kept sweeping across the desert. We barely escaped the downpour and still got caught in the scattered showers between climbs.
Is it still raining?
It's still raining.
Beautiful.
It's raining.
We're in the
It's
cave.
pouring.
Welcome to our crib.
Welcome to our crib.
I'll show you around. This is our rock that I'm leaning against. That's Chris's rock that he's leaning against.
This is MTV Caves.
This is MTV Caves. Yes.
This dreary forecast meant we had to trade in nice, fun, cruiser sandstone climbing in red rocks for some terrifying run-out Joshua Tree slab and 5-6 trad climbs 3 grades harder than advertised. All right, first climb of the day.
First climb of the day. Let's fucking go. Yes.
Over a year ago, I pushed through one of my scariest leads to date, a 2-pitch Joshua Tree 5.5 called Robo Ranger, where I had to perform an insecure layback over a roof with strong decking potential, only to make it up and get totally sandbagged on the down climb. I haven't gone for an on-site in Joshua Tree since then. Oh, there we go. That's not bad. I know what I'm getting myself into when I climb in J-Tree, and I don't always feel emotionally prepared. As I browsed Mountain Project, nothing really seemed to pop out. As much as I respect the first ascensionist's bravery, I wish they had placed a bit more protection, because it seems everything within my physical ability was so easy for them that they could run it out 20 feet between bolts, and that's considered well bolted. I don't live in a van, and I can't climb every day. I have an active full-time job, and I need my arms and legs working when I get home. I can't be taking 30-foot whippers and cheese grating down Slab in my spare time, so I was left with a conundrum. But I was ready to lead again, and runouts were unavoidable on the sharp end in Joshua Tree. So off I went on a couple of routes on the west face of Echo Rock. Penny Lane, a 5.8, was well protected and actually more like a sport climb. Its 5.6 neighbor called Double Dip really wasn't. That was a good climb. Definitely a little bit heady, definitely a little bit scary, but definitely glad I did it. Definitely feel like top roping for the rest of the day though. How do you get a scrape on your hand, on your knuckles, when you're slab climbing?
Enthusiasm.
So the goal today was to lead Penny Lane, but Penny Lane apparently was not the one I ended up leading.
Wait, what? Really?
I led Double Dip instead.
I thought that was what you didn't want to do.
I didn't.
Oh, but you just, you know what, mistakes
But I ended up
happen.
halfway up and I was like, this ain't the one I was trying to do.
That's funny. I didn't know that.
Double Dip is a pretty run out, slabby, and a few pieces of gear 5.6.
So impressive.
And
that
Penny
you did
Lane
that.
is a 5.8, which is more closely bolted, but still slabby. And that's fine. But it wasn't really what I was intending to do today.
That's fine, but
Wasn't really looking forward to like the 15-foot runouts, but made it through.
you did it. You did it perfectly.
Yeah, and the route was like as long as my 80
Yeah, it was
when
good
doubled.
thing we knotted it to the bag.
That's why you always close the system.
Close the system.
Because I was originally trying to climb Penny Lane, which had wrap rings, I wasn't anticipating a walk-off. So while Kat and Chris were climbing, I scrambled up to find how to get to the top. And it actually wasn't too bad. Maybe a couple of third-class moves, maybe a fourth-class move in there, but altogether, not awful. Definitely not sandbagged like the last climb I did, so I was really grateful for that. Not bad. Okay, so what did you think?
I love that one. It was so fun. I love the slabby bit up top. The little like a red layback is obviously atrocious and I hated it, but I'm so happy I didn't take. I'm super stoked about that. Like I thought I was gonna have to take. Like I just thought I would have to. Not even, you know, not even on the climb did I think I had to take, but like before. So
You did take. You took names.
Hey, names and numbers.
So I really liked that climb. I thought the first half was really fun. Actually more crimps than I thought there would be. And then I got up to the cruxy part and it was also fine. I didn't think it was 2 full grades harder than the last one. And then I started heading straight up because I couldn't see the bolt and then realized I was about 10 feet directly over to the right of it. And so I skipped the last bolt and ended up running it out like 30 feet. It wasn't too bad up there. So Catherine's gonna climb it next and should be fun because she loves slab. So we are on our way to climb a 2-pitch called Fote.
Yay!
Woo! About ready to head up.
Got this.
For
Thanks.
Do it. Woo!
Yeah.
Right. Climbing. Whew. Alright, I'm tired. Photog was my very first trad multi-pitch, so I was stoked to share it with Kat and Chris too. I have a more in-depth video of this climb on my channel, but here's a synopsis. It's rated 5.6, but it's not an easy climb by any means. The start of the first pitch feels a little thin, then there's a traverse, which I found fine, but without great protection along the way can be pretty nerve-wracking for your follower. And that's immediately followed by this massive roof with essentially no good feet. I'd personally rate this roof move at least 5.9, but that's just me. On the second pitch, there are two distinct features, a bear hug and a layback. I'm 5'7", and the bear hug feels reachy and insecure to me, but the climber ahead of me was 5'4" and thought it was fine, so there's that.
Come on.
Here we go.
Let's go. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on.
Okay. Then the second feature is this relatively easy but pretty pumpy layback that's just high enough to make you want to put in a second piece of protection while you're at your max pump level. I really love how diverse this climb is. It's like a series of mini boulder problems with easy climbing in between. But the downside is that most of the tricky spots are right over the deck and hard to protect once you're in it. And the climb traverses a lot, which causes heinous rope drag if you don't extend. It was definitely a challenge for all three of us, and it took everything we had.
Made it to the top.
Overall, we had a blast, and I'm so proud of Chris and Kat for facing the challenge and sending their first trad multi-pitch. We've gotten to the top, we're heading down, we're getting pizza. Pizza. Alright, so I am on top of the wall at Hidden Valley Campground, and I just hiked up from our campsite, which is basically just down there, but just out of sight. And just gonna set up a couple of top ropes and enjoy our last morning here in Joshua Tree before we head home around lunchtime. Even though these climbs aren't difficult or remarkable in any way to the average Joshua Tree climber, we all felt super accomplished after climbing them, and I think that's what rock climbing's all about. That's the real beauty of Joshua Tree. It makes you rethink rock climbing. It forces you to give up chasing grades and instead focus on that feeling you get when you reach the top, independent of difficulty. I think Chris summed it up best.
I think just having to will myself up the wall is what I learned. Like,
Yeah,
you don't
sometimes
think
you got
you have
to.
the technique, or
Yeah.
you don't know the next move. Really, the only way up is to will yourself to do it.
for sure.
I don't know how else to say
And you
it.
just go for it. Yeah, you just do it.
And
Yeah.
that's climbing.
And you finish and you're like, I don't know how I just did that.
And-
but
but you
do,
did it,
'cause
yeah.
You literally willed yourself. You're like, I
Yeah.
just have to go.
Yeah,
And you do.
that's the best part about climbing, I think.
Brittany just did a 10A, I don't know what it's called, on the beautiful route right here. Beautiful is kind of probably a strong word. Didn't get to finish it, but that's okay. Last day and we're heading home, yay! Is that off? Off?